I think that the biggest takeaway from today's match has been that despite the fact that we didn't have Rafinha or Lamine Yamal on the pitch, Barcelona still got the victory. And we're talking about an opponent who wasn't so easy. We're talking about the same opponents who in the same stadium defeated Real Madrid, our biggest rivals, 2-1 in the same competition. Kylian Mbappe was playing in that match. Vinicius Jr. was playing in that match. I can't remember if Jude Bellingham was playing in that match, but even Courtois was playing in that match. But that same strong Real Madrid side, who was supposed to be the Galacticos, lost to Osasuna in that match. And this broken Barcelona side with a Lewandowski who's on the brink of retirement, without Lamine Yamal, without Rafinha, without creating many big chances in the first half, with this match possibly being the most boring game of the season, they still managed to pull through and get the victory, and now they're only one step away from winning the La Liga. And I'm telling you, bro, if you want to get your money's worth, for every $100 that you bet on Polymarket, you get $1 back. Barcelona have a 99% chance of winning the La Liga. Polymarket traders are saying, yeah, you know what, it's GG's. One slight criticism, though, that I will say is that this Barcelona side gave us a lot of those Xabi Hernandez vibes. That 2021-2022 season when Xabi replaced Ronald Koeman, even the beginning of the 2022-23 season, there was a lot of those same vibes. Like, it was kind of boring. Barcelona couldn't find the spaces, and obviously it's because we didn't have Lamine Yamal. And I think that that's where my criticism comes in. Barcelona needs to learn to be able to win matches, to be able to create big chances even without Lamine Yamal. In my opinion, these are two of the biggest reasons why a lot of Barcelona fans want Lewandowski to stay and want Marcus Rashford to stay, because in a moment after 80 minutes where Barcelona hadn't really created a lot of big chances, Marcus Rashford has the technical ability from this position to find a ball beautifully right here into the space that he sees Robert Lewandowski running into for him to then just header it in. And now on the other aspect, with Robert Lewandowski, sure, he may be old, he may be on the brink of retirement, but we cannot lie that this brother in Christ inside the box is not deadly. Look at where he starts in this position, right? Against a maybe 22-year-old defender, extremely fast and rapid and explosive. Lewandowski with those grandpa legs still has the brains to pull his mark a little away from him, pulling the defender and then running into space. Right there, he's backtracking and then boom, he explodes. That little movement, that little space that he created is everything for Barcelona. Marcus Rashford then sees that movement, he plays a beautiful ball, and Lewandowski in this situation on a header with time and space, I'm sorry bro, but it's GG's. Brother places it at the back of the net, beautiful golazo. And this is why I'll say, bro, as a natural number 9 striker, Robert Lewandowski is possibly still one of the best strikers inside the box with those movements in the entire planet. My emotions with Ferran Torres have been like this all season long, bro. At times I've wanted to sell Ferran Torres, at times I've personally wanted to take control of the Barcelona finances and just get him off of my club, but then on other situations, I love Ferran Torres, I love his movements, I love how he moves into space, I love those walls that he finds, I love how he checks in deep to create more space for his teammates. I love everything about Ferran Torres today, except that one miss that he had when there was like 3 minutes left. It all starts in this situation. Ferran Torres, being as handsome as he is, as that ball is being played into space, this brother continues his run into this space over here left and created by Lewandowski. Like, he has to understand where Lewandowski is. He has to know that Lewandowski has checked out a space, that he's pulled the mark, and he has to understand that where the space is at, and he has to make those runs into space, and that is what he does. Ball then lands at Fermin Lopez. Fermin Lopez, with the beautiful vision that he has, being one of the best cams in the world, with those beautiful eyes, recognizes the run that Ferran Torres is making into space, and he plays him that ball right there into space for Ferran Torres to just run into, receive the ball, maybe take 1 or 2 touches, and then place it under the legs of the goalkeeper. Beautiful ball sent to him in space, and I'm sorry, he doesn't even take a single touch, bro. As the ball is coming, this brother from this angle decides to place it under the legs of the goalkeeper, bro. But man, what a roller coaster of emotions it's been this season with Ferran Torres. But the other day I said that I think that this Barca side has the capabilities of competing with teams like PSG and Bayern Munich in the Champions League. But something that will always and forever hold us back is the poor defending in each and every single game. There is no way that on this situation where Osasuna are clearly gonna cross the ball, for Joao Cancelo in this position and for Gerard Martin in this position to not communicate. There needs to be more communication. We know that this player is going to make a run into the first post to leave this space over here for this other player who is the one that gets the ball. Joao Cancelo should recognize that, should be quicker to drop in deep, be ready to anticipate where that ball is going to go through, and then clear it out. But instead, what happens? Exactly as I said, the attacker makes a run into the first post. Gerard Martin tries to follow him. That ball is then crossed. Gerard Martin attempting to follow the attacker, leaves the other striker completely free, and then he gets a free header, and it's 2-1 to Barcelona. A lot of lack of communication from Joao Cancelo, Gerard Martin, and Pau Cubarsí mainly. There needs to be better communication here. The first man should be Pau Cubarsí's, the second man should be Gerard Martin's, or if Gerard Martin is going to follow the first man, Joao Cancelo needs to be ready. This is one of the things that we said about Joao Cancelo's defending game. It's not the best. It's one of the things that we have to risk. We need defenders there who are going to be ready to anticipate where that ball is going through and then be ready to header it off. A lot of lack of communication that we need to fix if we want to be a competing team in Europe again, please. A situation where Barcelona could have gotten a penalty in the minute 60 68, the game was still 0-0. A lot of Barcelona fans were asking for Pedri to receive a penalty here, for Barcelona to receive a penalty. I don't think that this is a penalty, bro. There are two clear hands on the back of Pedri. He's holding him. He looks a bit stronger. This brother looks a bit swole. I mean, look at those beautiful legs. He looks bigger than Pedri. He looks like he just out-wrestled him, in my opinion. VAR didn't even have to come and interpret this. They didn't have to say anything or tell the referee whether this was a foul. Now, where it becomes a little more suspicious is when the player puts his entire two arms around his waist. This is where it becomes more suspicious, because what some Barca fans could say is that he's preventing Pedri from advancing forwards or from finding a teammate in space, whatever that might be. And then maybe from this situation to this one, it kind of seems like he's low-key pulling on his shirt backwards. And even from this angle, it begins to look a little more suspicious. I mean, that body movement right there, I have no idea what's going on. But look, it does look a bit suspicious. I'm not gonna lie, but I just don't think that, for me as a Barca fan, I don't think that there's enough here. Like, if Barcelona received a penalty against them for this situation, especially in a game like the Champions League or in a game where we're fighting for La Liga, I'd be quite upset. I don't think that this is a penalty, but please, you guys let me know what you guys think. The defending has always been a problem at Barcelona, bro. This was early on in the first half, right? Budimir, by the way, yeah, he is one of the top goal scorers in La Liga, but at the same time, a lot of the goals that he scores are either from the PK spots or from headers. There is absolutely no way on earth that Budimir should be dribbling both Joao Cancelo and Pau Cubarsí in this situation, right? We Barca fans praise Pau Cubarsí as being one of the best center backs in the world. We also have been praising Joao Cancelo as being on form currently, possibly one of the best left backs in the world. But with that reputation, you simply cannot be letting Budimir, bro, who has like probably 55 pace on FC26, dribble you guys like this and hit the post in this situation. They could have made it 1-0, and God forbid, we know that if Osasuna made it 1-0 here, they're parking their entire team in the back, and it is becoming the most boring game of the season. It already was, but it would have been a lot worse. There is just no way that we can be allowing this, but please drop a follow and let me know what you think.